My name is T.O. Hardiman, president of Violence Interrupters, not-for-profit organization. I created the Violence Interrupters back in 2004 after reversing a hit on my own life. Violence Interrupters is a public health model aimed at changing mindsets and behaviors associated with violence. I decided to go back in time a little bit here to tell a few violence interruption stories. This is what you call a true violence interruption story. I received a call from a young lady that lived on the west side of Chicago, and she had informed me that her two sons were in the room loading up their guns to go out and shoot at a guy that was standing outside of their house on the block. And I rushed over to the scene with two of my violence interrupters, and we entered the room to talk to the two sons to find out, what was going on. So what one of the sons had told me is that, look, man, this guy just came home from prison, and he shot up the block, man. He ran everybody in the house, man. He kind of spooked us. So we got to stand up for ourselves right now. So we got to go out there and show him we mean business. I say, why did he shoot the block up? They said, well, he used to run the block, but he got locked up for about a year in Cook County Jail. And when he came home, he had threatened us on the phone already, saying he wanted the block back. And so when he came home, that's when he kept good on his word. So to make a long story short, the guy said, look, man, we got to do what we got to do. And I say, well, I mean, what's the bigger issue, though? I mean, what does he really, really want? So the young guy said they were sending him money through his brother, who was coming on the block once a week to get some money to send to the guy that was locked up. And also they told me that his girlfriend would come on the block and get money from them for him, but the only problem, the girlfriend was in the car with another guy. Now, the guy that shot up the block, he didn't know anything about this. So after talking to the guys, I had my two violence interrupters to come with me, and we left out the house, and this guy, I kid you not, he was sitting in the car down the street on the block. He was in straight gorilla mode. Just imagine, I'm talking about straight gorilla mode. This guy had a gun in his hand, he was gritting his teeth like this, and he was ready, he was posted up, ready to kill somebody or something. So I knocked on his window. I need to talk to you, brother. I had my two guys when I say, look, man, we're not about no gang bang or anything. We just want to talk to you about this situation. You've been shot up the whole block. You're terrorizing everybody in the neighborhood. And we know you're angry, but let's have a discussion before you make a big mistake, bro. He said, whatever. He got out the car, stood up to talk with us, man to man. After talking to him, I said, look, bro, the two guys in the house, they informed me that they were sending you money. I know you want your block back, but they gave money to your brother and they gave money to your girl. They gave them money every week for you. He said, man, I didn't know that. And then I say, I tell you what, I hate to tell you this, bro, but your girl was coming on the block with another guy, getting money for you, but she was in the car kissing another guy. So now this guy's face went from halfway angry to really angry once again. He got to like, what? I say, look, I just have to give you the gospel truth, bro. So I think you're mad at the wrong people right now. Just think about it for a minute. Just think for a minute. He said, wait a minute, man. Give me a minute. He called his brother. Have them guys been giving you money every week for me? And his brother, I could hear his brother on the phone saying, look, man, I was going to tell you, man, but a lot of things were happening in the family, and I used that money to take care of some personal business. He said, man, he was like, man, you took my money for your personal business? He said, yeah, that's what happened. So his brother hung up on him. So now the guy's extra heated, but he's heated at the wrong people. He still, his thing was those guys are dead wrong too, because that's his block in his mind. But once his brother told him that, then he called his girl. Now this is where it really gets kind of spooky. He called his girl. He said, baby, you trying to tell me you was coming on the block getting money for me and you was in the car kissing another guy? And she said, who told you that? He said, look, don't worry about who told me. Was you doing that? She said, no, man, somebody lying on me. She said, somebody lying on me. He said, where you at? This is the craziest thing in the world, true story. Another guy got on the phone and said, she's with me. She's with me. And that brother paused for a minute. It looked like his heart had broken on him, just right there in place. I mean, it looked like his heart actually just gave that, like just jumped out of his chest. And the brother started looking crazy as he could be. He said, look, man, I need a minute. He said, look, I need a minute. And so I don't know what to really tell him in that situation. That's something personal. My thing was to make sure that we mediated the conflict so nobody would get shot or killed. So he told me, he said, I tell you what, go get them brothers and bring them outside. Now understand, this is a very tense situation. The brothers, I went back down there and had my 2 interrupters to stay there with that brother. And then I went back to the house and get the other 2 brothers to come out the house. But they still had their guns on them. I don't normally allow guys to have guns around mediations, but the guy that was in the car had a gun. So the brothers came out, they trusted my word. We walked down the street, and they told the brother what I told him. Said, look man, we sent your money every week, because you our man. We'll never disrespect you, big homie, we'll never disrespect you. They told him what went down, and he also, the truth was told to him. So he said, I tell you what, bro, we good. He said it just like that, we good. He embraced the brothers and hugged them for a minute there, hugged them. My job was to stop the killing, and that's what we did. Because this guy was bent on killing everybody on the block, and he had a history of violence in his background. He was a known killer, so I know it was the real deal. So we got a chance to mediate a conflict, saving multiple lives, or even his life, and I think he did get his block back after all.